This video is all about how we as teachers can work together and reduce the workload. Social networking is a key element of this process. Networks are great places to share, contribute, and learn great tips to use in the classroom and beyond. You can also use this as a platform to share your comments and help other teachers to improve their resources. Once you are able to form a relationship with people within your network, then working together becomes so much easier and can lead to improved confidence. Social networks enable teachers to meet like-minded teachers and create connections, and this is crucial for the role as a teacher. Creating your own social community can also help you to strengthen your practice. These communities can be within or outside of your school. Being able to develop these networking skills will really add to your professional development. Working collaboratively using a range of tools is another aspect I will be demonstrating in this video. So please follow me through the rest of this video as I take you through some ideas which you can incorporate and blend in to your teaching. And these are just a few things that you can do and I can share in 20 minutes. A really great place to start is in your school. A simple support network can be generated. This can be as straightforward as a shared folder, as you can see from my demonstration, where the staff are able to share resources. Google Drive is a tool I use to share resources and share these with my team. This is a great resource as we all work together to create resources. So these are the resources that I've put together for a particular lesson. I have shared this with the staff in my department, and they can easily and simply just open the resources and adapt them for the needs within their own classes. Staff can simply use this for their own class or make any modifications that are needed, and it's so simple. You just have to click on the share button. I've shared this with one person as myself and another member of staff teach year 7, so I've shared it with them. You just simply have to add another member of staff. This is a great way, so we're not always having to make lots and lots of resources. It's also good to have it online, because this means the staff are able to access all of these resources from anywhere and any device. So again, that makes it a really useful resource. I'm able to share this with people outside of my school as well. And this is how I network with other members of staff to share good practice. So this is a really good tool and a great place to start. Working collaboratively is another fantastic feature of this particular software. So as you can see, myself and my colleague are working on this concurrently. Although we're not seated together in the same place, this is a fantastic feature. I'm just going to reply to this comment. Thanks for that. And as you can see, we're both working on this document together, which is a really, really useful feature, particularly as many of us are working remotely. And this means that although we're not together, we can still share the resources and work on them together. So I hope that you utilize this tool when working with Google Docs. So you just simply have to click on the share button, invite your colleagues in, as that. This is a very useful feature, as it means you can work with the people within your organization as well as those outside. So this means it opens up the possibility of sharing and working together in a far more broader sense and working collaboratively. Communities of practice are groups of people who share a concern or a passion for something they do and learn how to do it better as they interact regularly. Joining a professional community can form an important element of your social network. These are particular domains where individuals join to share, develop, and contribute ideas and resources. As you can see, this is the Science Teachers Forum, and here teachers are able to put in particular questions and share resources, and are able to actually gain much insight into their particular field and subject. As the science category is divided up into the different elements that are taught, there's pedagogy, assessment, all very useful. As teachers, we are all on different stages of our journey, and having access to resources and individuals with a particular interest in your subject can be a much needed source of inspiration and dialogue. Often these platforms are used by professionals in organizations linked to your subject who can become your professional buddies and helpful friends. Wenger and Taylor define these as communities of practice. Wenger and Trainer define 3 characteristics of their communities of practice, the first being a shared domain. A shared domain which distinguishes members from all other teachers. As you can see from this particular website, this is particularly made for science teachers. So all the information and all the individuals who are part of this particular community are science related. I'm going to move on to another one just to show you as a source of an example. This one is for English teachers, very similar again. So this one is just for English teachers or people who have English as a source of interest, and everything in here has been designed particularly for those individuals. There are different levels of entry into this particular one, so I think that makes it really quite useful. This one is one which I am part of. So as a computer science teacher, I use this on a regular basis, and I find this very useful. I have shared information, and I have used a lot of the resources that they have shared on this particular platform. The second characteristic is an active community. The second characteristic is an active community, building relationships that allow users to help and share information. So as you can see on this website for English teachers, not only do they actually have a forum where teachers can ask lots of useful questions and pose questions at the same time, they also share resources which are easily available on the website. And for those who require a lot more information and resources, then you have to become a member. These domains allow teachers to grow their social networks and broaden their professional networks too. So joining these domains are really essential for our development as professionals. English Teachers website is a great place for you to post questions and also contribute resources. My own network, which I use regularly, is a very good example where we can pose questions, as you can see in this particular example here, and anyone within the community is then able to respond, to help out, and to reply. So this is really, again, very useful. Members are able to contribute and share resources as well as their expertise. So as you can see over here, we've got a member within the organization who has a particular talent and has invited staff within this group to book a place, and it's free for us teachers, and the date and everything is available. So again, this is more than just sharing resources, it's also about sharing your expertise. However, as teachers, we also have access to professional domains. So I'm just going to show you an example of one that I am a member of. So this is really again a fantastic opportunity, because us as teachers, we want to develop not only our subject knowledge and our subject area, but professionally we may want to move on within our careers and meet our aspirational goals. So these again are very good domains and communities to belong to. The third characteristic is impact on practice. The third characteristic is impact on practice. This is very much an element that takes time to measure and is dependent on regular and continuous interaction. So I regularly visit this particular website, and I always make a contribution whenever I'm able to. With the increased interaction, you will be able to regularly make a contribution as you feel more confident, and feedback from this group helps you to feel that you have a sense of security in the questions that you pose and the answers that you actually respond with. Teachers are also able to tweet, which is the next part that I will be coming on to in terms of developing your social networks. In this section of this video, I am going to examine the different types of social networks. Social networks are the key to your professional profile, and as Weller argued, that your life is impacted by new technologies. Whether we use them or not, they are like the weather. Streaming events, such as the one I have just shown on my screen, have become ever so popular as a result of lockdown, and I believe that going forward, they will remain a very popular tool within the teaching profession. They allow for greater participation and encourage participants to pose questions to the speakers, and are available, as are all of these videos, in a very public domain well after the event. So if you miss a particular event, they can be recorded, and then they can be shared with so many different individuals at a later date. Many teachers are using streaming as a way to link up with other professionals and also to create their own professional communities. My second feature of social networking is blogging. Many teachers today are online with lots of useful blogs, and blogs are related to teachers being able to save money, teachers actually helping them with their particular subjects. So this is a really good way to get yourself out there and develop and promote yourself as a professional. I think the most popular blogger in the teaching community has to be my old colleague Ross McGill. I follow him regularly on his teacher toolkit, and I've even got the books. So really, as you can see, blogging is a very useful way to get your voice out there and to develop your social profile and your networks. If you are keen to start your social networking and your social presence online, then having a blog is a really good thing to start. And a tool such as Wix is a really easy and simple way to start blogging. So this is one of the pages I've just put purely for example. I've just put this together in very short time, and all I have to do is just keep adding to this, and I will end up with my blog for today. So as you can see, it has lots and lots of tools for the very beginning blogger. And I think it's a really good way to start. So have a go. The most popular social media platform for teachers is Twitter. And I'm sure you've all heard of Twitter, and I know that many of you are already on Twitter. As you can see from my tweets, that I keep in touch with people who are particularly relevant to my field and my subject. Social media gives teachers an opportunity to link up with professionals, as you can see in this particular instance, as well as with other teachers within the profession, and people I don't necessarily work with, but people I may have worked with in the past. Keeping up to date with what's happening within the education sector and also other sectors which are of interest to you. So I keep up to date with what's happening within the Mercedes team. Social networking sites such as Twitter are a great way to get your social network started and working for you, developing professional links and making your opinions heard. And this is really important as a teacher at any stage of your professional life. You can even use this as a platform to socialize with other professionals and colleagues from your current school or from past schools. It's also a fantastic way to find out about events, as many events are actually tweeted well before the official launch. Great way to possibly get involved and prepare yourself for an event. This could be a simple webinar that you really wanted to get involved in. This is a brilliant tool to access new content, innovative content, leadership and teaching styles, and simply just stay connected. Do you have an online presence? If you don't, then now is the great time to start. You simply have to just log on and create your own profile on Twitter. Just really simple. I've just added my image here, added a background image, and a really simple sentence to get you started. So I would just get you started by doing this very, very simple action. If you find this all a little bit too much to look at, then another really good tool to use with Twitter is TweetDeck. TweetDeck actually arranges all the tweets and helps to manage all your tweets and information all in one place. And I really find this a very useful tool to use when I'm on Twitter. This is your chance to develop your social profile and work towards broadening your social communities. First of all, ideas. Think of a social platform that you would like to start with. This will depend on your tech confidence. Always start with a tool you will be able to use or are familiar with. This can be some of the tools within this video or an entirely new one such as LinkedIn, where you also have the opportunity to engage with professionals and get involved with events as part of your professional development. Slide 3. Once you've decided what you want to do, make a start, either a subject-related element or a topic of interest linked to your educational field of interest. Adding images and relevant information is really, really crucial to get noticed and also to make it really memorable for people when they're looking at your social media. In addition to images, you can also be really creative and think about adding videos, podcasts, really to make your social media element as memorable as possible and as engaging as you possibly can. And finally, make sure that you are noticed. You will need to keep up with this social media element in order to get noticed. And now you can start with another tool if you feel really brave. But make sure that you start with a tool that you feel will be the best for you. For me, I really like Twitter, but I'm going to leave it up to you, whichever tool you feel comfortable to use.